First responders from multiple agencies are credited for helping prevent what could have been a devastating tragedy. 82 camp counselors, staff members, and campers, most of them children, were trapped by a rapidly spreading wildland fire at the Circle V Ranch camp during the early stages of the Whittier fire. The campers' escape route down a narrow mountain canyon was almost immediately cut off by a wall of flames and falling trees.
We moved over to evacuate the Circle V ranch. Upon doing so, I met up with Chief Oaks, and he had indicated to me that he had several children that were trapped or up at the camp that we needed to get out. Shortly thereafter, Mr. Dahlberg ended up going up the road, and we followed behind him with myself and 8 other sheriff's deputies to try and get up to the kids. As we were making our way up the roadway, we were driving through a pretty significant amount of burning debris that was on the roadway. There was trees falling down on the roadway, and we made it maybe a mile up the roadway before we encountered an area of vegetation that had not burned through yet. As it was burning, I'd stopped to evaluate if we were going to continue, and within seconds the entire shrubbery and trees engulfed in flames and the roadway was covered, leaving a complete wall of flames in front of us. I chose to bring the deputies out. I met back up with Chief Oaks and indicated that the road was not passable, we couldn't make it up, and that we requested additional fire personnel to go up and clear the road so that we could get vehicles up to get to the kids.
Firefighters and other first responders focused on accessing the camp by a different route and made contact with the trapped victims.
When I got up there, I met with Ray, who was a camp leader, and he immediately asked if we could get out, and I told him the road was very unsafe and that we are going to stay in place. During this time, there were a lot of helicopters and air tankers that were making drops just below the camp where we could see the flaming front of the fire moving towards us.
Members of the sheriff's search and rescue team arrived in a caravan of vehicles.
When we arrived at the camp, I was actually kind of amazed. Everything looked organized. They were calm. The kids were lined up. Our assignment was basically go up to the camp counselors, tell them how many people we could take in each vehicle. We gathered the kids along with the counselor, and we loaded the vehicles. We formed a line, formed that snake, and we proceeded down the canyon.
Thanks to a well-coordinated effort, all of the occupants and rescuers escaped unharmed.
I've been doing this for 15 years. I've been involved in multiple fires, multiple evacuations. This is probably the most intense fire I've had break out in a highly populated area where there were so many people we had to get out in such a short time. And I think the only reason that we were successful in making sure that no one was injured or killed was because of the cooperation between our agencies.
St. Vincent de Paul Circle V Ranch Camp expressed its sincere appreciation to all of the first responders. This rescue is a great example of the type of exemplary cooperation that exists among various agencies that have worked together on so many similar incidents over the years. These working relationships developed strong foundations that were evident during this potentially devastating situation. Thank you also to our dispatchers who, as always, were the voice of calm and showed true professionalism in handling the large volumes of calls they received during the Whittier fire. We also want to thank the Santa Ynez Band of Chumash Indians, who unhesitatingly sent 2 buses to transport the young campers from the fire area to Solvang, where they were reunited with their parents. Well done, everyone involved.